Hi boys and girls, I've tried to do this video a few times and for some reason the timetable's coming up blurry. So I really hope that you can see the timetable clearly on this way of doing it, and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube and hopefully the link works. For this, I felt it was really important to have a wee quick look on how to read this timetable before Miss asks you any questions. So, basically, this is a timetable to help you get to London. And the name of the station in London is called Euston, just in case you're wondering why that name's there. Okay, so it's looking at trains that run from Aberdeen, Edinburgh and Glasgow that can take you down to London. Now, in London, they have a variety of train stations because it's such a big city. So Euston is one of them. Now, looking at here, this is the train that runs from Aberdeen to London Euston. Now, what I thought was quite confusing about this is that there seems to be two timetables, timetable 1, timetable 2. Now, the difference between those timetables, boys and girls, is one is taking you from Aberdeen to London, and it's starting in Aberdeen, but the same train is coming back from Aberdeen to, back from London to Aberdeen. So it's coming back the way, okay? And I guess that's what happens from Monday to Thursday. Starts off at Aberdeen, and then it goes all the way down to London, and then it leaves London, and then goes all the way back up to Aberdeen. And it's the same with all the other stations here. That's timetable 1, timetable 2. So it's giving you a timetable from Edinburgh to London, and then starts from London and then arrives in Edinburgh. Same with the Glasgow one. You've got two timetables there, 1 and 2. It departs from Glasgow and then arrives in London, departs from London and then arrives in Glasgow. Now, I hope that makes sense. Now, what I'll do is I'll get rid of some of those little drawings because sometimes there could be too much drawings on the whiteboard and it could get you a little bit confused. Okay. Now, what I'd like to look at now is what each section means. So we have these little bits here are the stations that they would stop at, okay? And these stations are in these particular areas. So you've got one at Aberdeen, you've got a station in Stonehaven, Montrose, Arbroath, Carnoustie, Dundee Station, Lookers. And some of you may have gone on this train before. I know I've gone to Dundee to Aberdeen and Aberdeen to Dundee. So, yeah, and they stop at each of these stations, boys and girls, so you can go off at any station that you want, okay? So I might catch the Aberdeen to London train, but I might go off in, so if I'm getting on at Dundee, I might get off at Kirkcaldy. So even though it's an Aberdeen to London train, you could still catch that train and get on and off where you want. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Then you've got the days of the week running here. Okay? And this is the same for all the timetables on here. You've got all the way down here are the times for Monday to Thursday. Okay? And then all the way down here are your times for Friday. And then all the way down here are your times for Sunday. Now, it's not giving us a time for Saturday. So I'm assuming that maybe it doesn't run on a Saturday. Maybe it just doesn't, it's maybe not economically. Maybe it doesn't make enough money on a Saturday. I don't know. I'm not sure at all. But it doesn't have a Saturday on there, so we'll not query that. We'll not worry about it too much. Now, you will see that we have along here, sorry, is the times that the cabins are available from. So this is when you can get on the train, okay? So if it starts in Aberdeen and we've got 20:50, that's 10 to 9, this is when the train's available from, okay? And you could get on. And then these times here is when it departs from the station, okay? It's going to depart from there. And then this is when it will depart from each of the stations, okay? So, what you could see is you could quickly realise, you could quickly work out durations of time. So if I was to do Aberdeen to Stonehaven, if I go to the next hour, that's 20 minutes to the next hour, and then there's 1 minute past the hour. So I know if I'm looking at these two quickly in my head, I'm 21 minutes. It'll take me 21 minutes from Aberdeen to Stonehaven on the train. Now, if you look from this time to this time, you could quickly calculate durations, okay? And we could do that using our number line. Now, this part here, vacate cabins by. That means that you need to have left the cabin. So it arrives in Euston, okay, London Euston. Say we'll look at this example here. Arrives at London Euston at 7:47 in the morning. You've got 13 minutes to beat it off the train. So you better hope you'd not got lots of suitcases. If it was Mrs. Moran, I would struggle for that. I like a good few suitcases with me on a holiday. So I hope that's helped explain some of that. And now I want you to go back to Seesaw, okay? And I want you to answer some of the questions that Miss has typed and write the answers in your remote learning jotter. Oh, sorry.